Now, okay, reduce clauses. So we have already studied this point when in skills 4 and 5, when we talked about present participle and past participle clauses. So what is a present participle and what is a past participle clause? Ah, Carlos is here also. Okay. Well, supposedly he's here. Okay. So here it is. Okay. So participle clauses, when we say reduce participle clauses. Can you see my WhatsApp?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes, yes.
Number one, present participle. Present participle reduce clauses, present participle reduce clauses is used to refer to an active voice doer of an action. Okay, so for example, if I say the girl who paints beautiful paintings will open a new exhibition gallery. Okay, so we have this, no? The girl who paints beautiful paintings will open a new exhibition gallery. Okay, so who does the action? The girl. But we have repetition. What is repetition? The girl and who. So how do we reduce this? Number one, for letter A. So eliminate the linker. As it expresses repetition. Repetition, because we have the girl who. So the girl is the girl and who is the girl. So we eliminate who. So eliminate the auxiliary verb if there is any. Okay, here we don't have it. So change the verb to its ing, so present participle form. Okay, so then we will have this. We're going to use this kind of thing with adjective clauses, because in this case, who paints very beautiful paintings is a description of the girl. Okay, so then the girl painting beautiful paintings will open an exhibition gallery. Okay, so then the Washington Post, which was inaugurated in the 10th century. The 18th century is an influential newspaper. Okay, so then to reduce a passive voice, okay, so this is reduce present participle clause, present participle. Okay, number two, we have, okay, reduced past participle clauses respond to passive voice doers. Okay, so the Washington Post, which was inaugurated, so it didn't inaugurate itself. 18th century. So then we say we eliminate, we do the same. Eliminate the marker or linker. Yes. Then eliminate the auxiliary verb. In this case, the verb to be. And see, change the verb to its past participle form. Well, in fact, we don't have to change it because in passive voice, we always use the past participle form of the verb. So then we say, front the reduction if you want to express emphasis. Okay. So here, for example, with the girl, it sounds like a necessary repetition, painting beautiful paintings, but painting beautiful pieces of work or whatever, pieces of art. The girl will open an exhibition. Yes. And here, for the Washington Post, we can say, you can say here the Washington Post. We eliminate which, and we eliminate was inaugurated in the 18th century. Okay. Also, if you consider that the information that you have is necessary, yes, you leave it like this. If you consider that it is not necessary, you can frame it in commas. The Washington Post. There you have this. Okay. So, for example, here the woman who is waving to us is the tour guide. The woman. So, just eliminate the linker, eliminate the auxiliary verb. The woman waving to us is the tour guide. The letter which was written last week arrived today. The letter written last week arrived today. Yes, or written last week, the letter arrived today. Waving to us, the woman is the tour guide. Yes, on the table. Yes, but of course, when you do the fronting, you have to place a comma. Yes, or probably you will have to use subject verb inversion because this is a place on the table. On the table is the pitcher full of iced tea without the comma, because of subject verb inversion with places. Okay. Then, like they say here, I don't understand the article which appears in today's paper. So the article appears, so it's a active voice. So we eliminate the marker and we change the verb to ing. I don't understand the article appearing in today's paper. Okay, here there is no reduction because the subject is different. The woman that I just met. You cannot say the woman meeting, just meeting, or just met. Sorry, no, just meeting. Yes. So because there are different subjects, the same happens here. So, and this is what I told you about fronting. Yes, the White House, which is located in Washington, is the home of the president. So located, the White House located in Washington is the home of the president. Located in Washington, the White House is the home of the president. The president who is now preparing to give a speech, is meeting with his advisors. The president now preparing to give a speech is meeting with his advisors. Now preparing to give a speech, the president is meeting with his advisors. Okay, so Felipe, yes, how would you complete the first one?
Yes, let me see. It says, he appearing on several different television programs. The witness gave conflict.
He appearing?
No, no, wait.
You cannot use a subject if you have
No, appearing, sorry.
appearing.
No? Appearing on several different television programs.
Yes. Yes, because we eliminate the linker, we eliminate the subject, and we eliminate the auxiliary verb. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Only appearing. Okay, then we have this one. We will have to remember here to correct these sentences, the sentences that are wrong. We use the accordion technique. What is it? Expanding or reducing. Yes. So for example, this is correct. The first one, we will have to return the merchandise purchased yesterday. So remember, this is a reduction of, we will have to return the merchandise which was purchased yesterday. Yes. So, but this is correct because if we say which was purchased, following the rules of reduction, we say, okay, we eliminate which, we eliminate the auxiliary. This is passive voice, purchased. Okay, so it's correct. But here, the children sat in the fancy restaurant, found it difficult to behave. So we have always go to the basics. Find your two verbs, found, sat. We don't have a linker. If you don't have a linker, marker, connector of sentences, then again, or you expand or you reduce. So the children who sat in the fancy restaurant found it difficult to behave. But since we are studying reductions, so how can we reduce that sentence? The children who sat, we eliminate who. We don't have auxiliary verbs, but the children are doing the action. So we have to transform it to ing. So we have to say the children sitting in the fancy restaurant found it difficult to behave, okay? Okay, so Melina, number 3.
Serving a term of 4 years, the mayor of the town will face re-election next year.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yes, because we can say the mayor of the town who is serving a term of 4 years will face re-election, okay? Or who has been serving. So the mayor of the town, we eliminate who, we eliminate the auxiliary verb, he does the action, so ing, we can front it, serving a term of 4 years, yes, okay. The next one, Carlos, number 4.
Number 4, the brand new Cadillac purchased seen less than 2 weeks ago was destroyed in the accident. I think it is correct because you may say the brand new Cadillac, which was purchased.
Okay, so this is passive voice,
And
not active voice. So you have to change the verb to past participle form.
Oh, okay. Which purchased?
But we eliminate which. We eliminate the auxiliary, we eliminate the action, we just leave the verb in ing or in past participle. If it is active voice, so the subject does the action is ing, but the cars cannot purchase anything.
Oh,
so it's
gotcha.
passive voice.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
So you have to say the brand new Cadillac purchased less than a year, less than 2 weeks ago was destroyed, or purchased less than 2 weeks ago, comma, the brand new Cadillac was destroyed. This sentence like this, just changing to purchase is correct. Yes, we don't have to front it. It's not a rule. The only thing is, if you want to make it more formal, then you front it, because it's not the same to say the brand new Cadillac purchased less than 2 weeks ago was destroyed in the accident. This is like informing. But if you want to dramatize, you say purchased less than 2 weeks ago, the brand new Cadillac was destroyed in the accident. Okay. So
Okay.
Blanca,
incorrect.
yes, it's incorrect. So Blanca, number 4, 5.
The fans who supporting their teams always come out to the game in large numbers. Fans, it's incorrect.
Yes, of course.
The fans who supported their team
Okay.
always come out to the game in large numbers.
Okay, who supported. But remember, we're studying reductions. How can we eliminate the repetition that is who?
Without the eliminating who?
If we eliminate who, so what one option, sorry, let me just put it like here. One option is to say who supported, no? Okay.
Yes.
And the cheese, yes, who supported. And then the second part, we eliminate who, and then what do we do with the verb?
Fans.
Do the fans do the action or receive the action?
The fans do the action.
Okay, so we have to change it to ing. Yes, so we eliminate who, but we only say the fans supporting their team. Okay.
Come out to the game in large numbers.
Very good. So the next one, Felipe, number 6.
Yes, the suspect can be seen in the photographs were just released by the police. You could say that the suspect who can be seen would
Okay.
be correctly, but since it is in passive voice, probably says the suspect seen in the photographs was not, because it's singular. Was just released. Was just released by the police. So it is incorrect.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Who can be seen? Okay, or seen. And here we have to say was just released. The thing is that it is not common that there are 2 mistakes in the same sentence. So I was thinking, what are they trying to say? That the photographs were just released?
Okay, yes.
The photographs, the suspect can be seen in the photographs, which were just seen.
Okay.
Anyway, there would be 2 mistakes. Yes, so we can, it's because we can play, what are we describing? The suspect or the photographs? Yes, so if we are describing the suspect, this is, as you said, the suspect who can be seen in the photographs was just released by the police. But if we are describing the pictures, we have to say the suspect can be seen in the pictures which were just released. We're describing the pictures, and there is only 1 mistake. Okay,
yes.
so yes, because normally there is only 1 mistake. So then we have to say in the photographs, and then what is the rule? Eliminate the linker, which were just released. No, eliminate which?
Yes,
eliminate the auxiliary verb. And just this. In the photographs just released by the police. Okay. Yes, very good.
Yes,
now,
yes.
Very good. The next one, so Melina, number 7.
The food placing on the picnic table attracted a large number of flies.
Mhm.
Well, it should be the food placed on the picnic table attracted a large number of flies.
Place is the reduction and the expansion.
The food which was placed.
Which was placed. Okay. Very good. Very good. These are the two options. Very good. Okay, Carlos, number 8.
Impressed with everything she had heard about the course, Mary signed her children up for it. Impressed. Right, let's identify it.
Who was impressed?
Mary.
So this is describing Mary. It's fronted. So
yes. So I think it's correct.
It's correct, definitely. Anyway, yes. We can expand it and we say
I said
who was impressed, but we have to pass it here.
Yes, like to say Mary, who was impressed. No, yeah, right.
Yes.
Was impressed with everything she had heard about the course, signed her children up for it.
Excellent. Very good. Blanca, number 9.
The passengers in the airport waiting, sorry. The passengers in the airport waiting room heard the announcement of the canceled flight, groaned audibly. Passengers. I think it's correct.
It's incorrect. It's incorrect. There is. Okay. Let's focus on the action groaned. Yes?
Yes, because it has 3 verbs.
Yes, we have 3 verbs. So 3 verbs minus 1, you need 2 linkers. The passengers in the airport waiting room who heard the announcement of the canceled flight groaned. Okay, so we have 3 verbs. Heard, canceled. No, we have 2 verbs on. Because remember that heard is, if it is a past simple, it's a verb. If it is past participle, it's not a verb because you don't have an auxiliary. So it's past simple because they heard. No? Okay, not that they were heard. Cancel flight, cancel is not a verb. Cancel is a past participle because if you translate it, it's el vuelo cancelado, had oído. Had oído, so is past participle. But grown, they did the action. Yes?
Yes.
So, okay, if we eliminate this information, the information between commas, we have the passengers in the airport waiting room groaned audibly. Is that correct? The passengers in the airport waiting room groaned audibly. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the mistake is here. Yes. So if they heard the announcement, right? So did they do, so we can say who heard the announcement, expansion. Now the reduction, did they do the action or receive the action?
The passengers did the action.
Yeah, okay. So remember that when they do the action is ing. So we eliminate who and we change the verb to ing.
Hearing.
Yes, the passengers in the airport waiting room hearing the announcement of the canceled flight groaned audibly. Yes, okay, because they did the action, hearing the announcement. So in Spanish we do this reduction. We say al momento de. So, los pasajeros en la sala de espera del aeropuerto, al oír el anuncio del vuelo cancelado, ajá, gruñeron en forma que se pudo escuchar, ¿no? Una forma audible. Okay, so then that's why we say hearing, because they did the action. Let me tell you something. All the ing and past participles, all the ing verbs that are used as adjectives, the interesting book, yes, it's a reduction all the time. All the ing and the past participle verbs that are used as adjectives are reductions. The passenger in the airport waiting room. What is a waiting room? A room which is used for waiting. Yes, a room which is used for waiting, or a room where people wait. And then cancel flight, a flight that was canceled. Yes, so it's always a reduction. Okay, so Felipe, dissatisfied.
Dissatisfied with the service at the restaurant, the meal really was not enjoyable. It's incorrect, but I'm still working on this. Because
Yes,
it's something is missing, but also dissatisfied. Which is dissatisfied?
You have to
Would
ask
be like
yourself.
the clause.
You have to ask yourself, who was dissatisfied? The meal?
It's impossible. Somebody.
Okay,
was
somebody.
satisfied.
So if we say that, then we have to change this noun.
It would be like.
Or we have to change this, like the passengers, or the passengers, or just the passengers at the restaurant, the guests.
The guests.
And we have to say the guest
Dissatisfied with the service at the restaurant, the guest. No, the guest
didn't
enjoy the meal.
Didn't enjoy the meal. Because to do a reduction, yes, the guests who were dissatisfied with the service at the restaurant didn't enjoy the meal.
Okay, yes.
So we have to say the guests who, and then we eliminate who were dissatisfied, who and where. The guests dissatisfied with the service at the restaurant didn't enjoy the meal, and then front it. Yes.
Okay, yes, it was a little confusing.
Confusing, yes.
Okay,
a little confusing. This is a reduction of, it's a sentence that made me confused. It's a confusing. Yes. Okay. Reduce clauses. With reduce adverb clauses, we are not going to eliminate the linker because they will be, we are not going to use linkers that refer not to persons, animals, or things, but to places, time, reasons. So the only thing that we are going to reduce is the auxiliary verb, and transform to ing if they are doing the action. As soon as he left, as soon as leaving. No? So as soon as it was finished, as soon as finished. So, or after it was finished, after finished. After he finished, after finishing. No? So we say this. Although he is rather unwell, the speaker will take part in the seminar. What do you have to pay attention to? All the time you have to pay attention of what is the repetition. The speaker and he is the same person. So we eliminate he. But if you eliminate the subject, you also eliminate the auxiliary. Is, we don't have a verb. So then we say only, although rather unwell, the speaker will take part in the seminar. Okay, why do we use reductions? Like this. Reductions are used to save. Reductions are used in the industry to save money and space. Yes. So imagine that you have a little bottle of medicine. Yes. And then they tell you if you find that the seal is broken, please avoid the consumption of this product. Imagine that you have to print all of this on a label. So, and you have just a little product, no? Like some eye drops, no? You have a little bottle and you have to print all that, no? And if there, and then you have to read all that. So how can you reduce all of this? Anybody can tell me.
Probably
If
like,
broken, sorry.
no, go ahead.
If broken, but broken what? You can say if the seal is broken, no? If the seal is broken.
If the seal is broken.
Then
avoid the consumption.
Avoid
Consumption.
avoid consumption. Okay. Avoid consumption. Even so, we can reduce more.
If it is broken?
If you can say if seal broken, because you can confuse it with the whole bottle, no?
Broken seal? No.
If broken seal or if seal broken, because if seal broken is if the seal is broken. If broken seal is like if you find a broken seal. Okay. If seal broken is broken seal, don't consume.
Okay.
And that's it. So, and then you save more than half the printing. Yes. Okay. So restaurants, and this is something that Carlos knows. The people who arrive first will be attended, yes, first as well. Okay, so what do they say?
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. Okay, or first serve, yes. Well, I would say first serve because
Yes, first serve.
they are the people who are served. No, they know that they will serve you. Yes, okay. First come, first served. Yes. So this is a reduction of the people who come first will be served first as well. Yes. Okay. So this is the importance of reductions, just to save time, to save energy, to save printing. Yes, to save money and space. Money, time, and space. Okay. Now, although he feels rather sick, the speaker will take part in the seminar. What is the repetition? The speaker and he. We eliminate he. We don't have an auxiliary, so we just transform the verb. Is this active or passive? Él se siente o él es sentido. No, él se siente. Así mismo. Okay, so all the feeling, ing. Okay, when you are giving your speech, you should speak loudly and distinctly, distinctly. So you have to say when giving your speech. Okay. So Blanca, how would you complete this one? Wait. Let me just first copy this. Okay, now continue. Always, when you are reducing, Freaking dogs. Okay, when you are reducing, always think first of the complete sentence. This complete sentence is when you are finished with the report, you are free to leave, no? Or when you finish the report, you will be free. You will be free to, or you are free to leave, no? Okay,
Yes.
now when you have the complete idea in your head, you can start thinking of reduction. So what is the repetition? When you are finished with the report, what is you are free to leave? What is the repetition? You and you. I eliminate you. Is this passive or active? When you are finished is passive. Okay, eliminate the auxiliary. Okay, etc. And leave it in past participle, etc.
Okay, when letter B.
Mhm.
When finished with the report, you are free to leave.
Perfect. Very good. When finished with the report, you are free to leave. Okay. They say that sometimes there are rules that they say here, and it's not essential to explain too much. So, like when it is convenient, when it is not convenient, just like it's important, more important to have a feeling when you can do it, when you cannot do it. Okay, so here. Okay, because they give this, I never teach this, in fact, because they say with what linkers you can reduce, with what linkers you cannot reduce, or with what linkers you can reduce in active and passive. I don't care. It's just better to have a feeling. If you are not completely satisfied, you can return the product to the manufacturer. Yes. If not completely satisfied, you can return. This is correct. Steve has had to learn how to cook and clean since he left home. So I eliminate he did the action since leaving home. ¿No? Okay, desde que se fue de casa, since leaving home. Okay. So, Felipe, so how would you, what is the number 3, correct or incorrect?
The element can be applied where needed. It is correct.
Correct.
The element can be applied where it is needed.
Yes, where it is needed. Where it is needed, and then you say, what is the repetition? It and is. If I eat, I eliminate it. The auxiliary verb can be eliminated. So where needed. Okay, good. Okay, Melina, yes, number 4.
Tom began to look for a job after completing his master's degree in engineering. I think it is correct. And after he completed his master's.
But he did the action also after completing. Very good. So Carlos, although
not selecting for the team, he attends all of the games as a fan. It is incorrect because it should be although not selected for the team, he attends all of the games as a fan.
Because we can say although he was not selected. No, yeah, I'm just completing, yes, just expanding, but yes, you were right. So Blanca, number 6.
When purchased at this store, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items. I think it's correct.
How many people can you buy? Can you buy people? Don't tell me about the African thing like this, or women who look for a sugar daddy. Yes. Okay, but can you buy people like that? No, right? So then if you say when purchased at the store, the buyer, so the buyer was purchased. No, the buyer was purchasing. No, he was doing the action.
Yes, the buyer is the one who is doing the action.
So then we have to transform to ing.
Okay, so when purchasing at this store, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items.
Or when he or she is purchasing at the store. Okay, very good, Felipe. Number 7.
Yes, the medicine is not effective unless taken as directed. So the medicine is not effective unless it is taken as directed. So it is correct. We eliminated the verb is the second verb. I think it's
Okay,
correct. The
yes,
medicine
yes.
is not effective unless taken as directed. Correct.
Okay. Okay. The next one, Melina.
You should negotiate a lot before buy a new. It is incorrect. You should negotiate a lot before you buy a new car or before buying a new car.
Yes. Before buying a new car. Perfect. So, because you buy the car, yes. Before buying a new car. Okay, Carlos.
All right, it is once purchased, the swimsuits cannot be returned. It is correct because it can be said once the swimsuits are purchased, the swimsuits cannot be returned. That's correct.
Yes. The next one, Blanca.
It's incorrect. And coast, the town does not get much ocean breeze. There should be, well, the subject is missing.
The subject is missing where?
At the beginning.
Though, okay. Yeah, we're talking about the town.
Oh,
so you
yes.
can say, though it is located near the town, right?
Yes.
Now, reducing, doing the reduction, what is the repetition? The town and it. And we eliminate the auxiliary verb. If we eliminate the town, it, we eliminate the auxiliary verb.
Yes.
What do we have?
Of located.
Though located. So, and what do you have here? Though located, no? So then it is
correct.
Correct. It is correct.
But why can you change, well, why is it correct if you are the subject?
Because remember, you can expand or you can reduce. What is what is expansion? The expansion is using the structure subject, verb, complement, marker or linker, connector of sentences, subject, verb, complement. But sometimes the order is inverted. Marker, subject, verb, complement, comma, subject, verb, complement. And this is what you have here. Marker, subject, verb, complement. Marker, subject, verb, and complement. Although it is located near the coast. But what we are learning here is that we can do a reduction. What is the reduction? Eliminating repetition. What is the repetition? The coast and it.
Yes.
If you eliminate the subject, you eliminate the auxiliary also. And then you have though located near the coast. It's correct, but it's a reduction. So this is what you have to tell your student. It's correct, but it is a reduction. Some information was eliminated to avoid repetition. Yes? It's like when you say, si tú me ayudas, yo te doy 100 pesos. Si, si tú me ayudas, yo te doy 100 pesos. Al ayudarme, te daré 100 pesos. Al ayudar, ajá. So, if I say al ayudarme, I don't say, I don't have the subject, I don't have the auxiliary. Yes, it's a reduction. Yes? Yes or no? Is it clear or not clear?
Sorry.
Okay, let me tell you another example. Yes, after he got married, Luis had to look for a better job. Yes. After he got married, Luis had to look for a better job. Yes. What is the repetition here?
He and Luis.
Okay, so we eliminate he, no? We have after, but this action got married. He did the action or he received the action?
He did the action.
So we transform it to ing.
After getting married,
Luis had to look for a better job. Okay, another example. Before the house was painted, it didn't look so appealing. Yes. Before the house was painted, it didn't look so appealing. What is the repetition?
the house and it.
And it, so we eliminate the house. Why? Because it's always the thing that is after the linker, after the connector. Okay, we eliminate the house, but the house painted or was painted, the house did the action or received the action?
Received the action.
So we eliminate just the repetition and the auxiliary. So then we say before painted, the house in this case, because if I say it, what are we talking about? Yes, it didn't, the house didn't look so appealing. Yes.
Yes.
This is the way we use reduction. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, these are exercises about both the skills. Let me just close the door because it's raining a lot. It's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, it's because the rain didn't allow me to hear. Okay, Melina, no, Felipe, number one, though.
Yes, though was surprised at the results, she was pleased with what she had done.
Correct or incorrect?
It is incorrect.
Yes.
We have the two verbs at both sides. So it says, though surprised at the results, she was pleased with what she had done.
Though surprised. Melina.
Wearing only a light sweater, she stepped out into the pouring rain. I think it is correct.
That is correct. Wearing only, yes. Because she was wearing the clothes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos.
The family stopped to visit many relatives while driving across the country. I think it is correct. The marker is while, or what the connector while driving. Who was driving? The family. So that I think is correct.
Yes, while they were driving, yes. The next one, Blanca.
The company president needed a vacation board a plane for the Bahamas.
A vacation.
I didn't say needed a vacation.
Vacation. The pronunciation. I was correct in the pronunciation.
Okay. Vacation.
Vacation. Yes.
I think it's correct.
No, because he needed the vacation, no? So he did the action.
Yes.
So if he
I'm sorry.
if he did the action, we have to use the action in ing. So
Yes,
needing a vacation. So this is incorrect. We have to say needing. Okay. Next.
Yeah, the next one is when applying for the job, you should bring your letters of reference. I think it's correct because it is about the doer, in this case you. When you're applying for the job, you should bring your letters of reference.
Okay, Melina.
He looked up into the dreary sky was filled with dark thunderclouds.
Okay, it's pouring. Okay, yeah.
I think it is incorrect. But
you just have to eliminate one thing. She looked up into the dreary sky, which was filled. No, so we can say which was filled up. No, which was filled. Which was filled. Which was filled. Okay, if we do the reduction. If we do the reduction, it's only filled. Okay, very good. So, Carlos.
Feeling weak after a long illness, Sally wanted to try to get back to work. I don't know why, but it sounds correct to me. But let's analyze. Feeling? Well, who was feeling? Well, Sally, right? So it is correct because if it were different, it would felt. So feeling is okay, feeling weak. Because I was thinking that if the connector could be after, but no, right? Because we are just fronting it. Yeah, Sally feel weak.
Sally who was feeling weak or who felt weak.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, it is correct.
Very good. So, Blanca. It's similar to the last one you answered. It's similar to number 4.
Okay. Before deciding to have surgery, you should get a second opinion. Before deciding to have a surgery.
Because you are the one who decides, yes? Before you decide, so you are the one who makes a decision, so we eliminate you and we change to ing before deciding.
Okay.
Very good. And finally, Felipe.
Let me see. The construction material, a rather grainy type of wood, gave the room a rustic feeling. I think that is wrong. The construction material, rather any type of wood.
Okay, if I expand it, I say the construction material
Yes,
which was if you do the
which was given, no?
No, which was
I'm sorry.
rather,
Oh, yes. The construction material, which was a rather grainy type of wood, gave the room a rustic. It's
feeling.
okay.
It's okay.
Yes, it's correct.
Yes. Okay, very good. Okay, now subject verb inversion. I don't remember if I explained to you the 9 cases of subject verb inversion or I explained it to a student. I think, yeah, no, that I told you that I like to explain. Now I know I explained to you the 9 cases of adverb clauses. Okay. Subject verb inversion. What is subject verb inversion? When the subject and the verb change positions, yes? So subject verb inversion is when the subject and occurs when the subject and the verb change or switch positions. Okay, what is the most common form? Number 1 is when asking questions. No? When you ask questions, you use subject verb inversion. She is a great person. She's a great person. What is the question? Is she a great person? Okay. However, sometimes we have to include an auxiliary verb, especially when we have do, does, and did, no? Okay. When we have do, does, and did, we have to insert in present simple. Now he runs as fast as he can. Then does he run as fast as he can? Okay. Number 2. When we explain, when we ask double questions, asking double questions. Okay. So in English, it is not correct to use 2 questions in the same sentence. Yes. Okay. So sometimes some people call this indirect questions. Yes. It's like, for example, how old are you? Some people might feel offended if you ask how old are you? So some people prefer to say, can you tell me how old you are? No? Okay, so if I say, how old are you? This is a question. But if I introduce another question like, can you tell me? Because I want to be more polite, I don't want to be so rude. So then we are going to use the concept of subordinate clauses. We transform the question to a subordinate clause. What is a subordinate clause? Marker, subject, verb. Remember that markers not might use more than one word. In this case, what is the marker? The marker is how old. How do I know that? Because the marker, so this is the question word. Everything before the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is are. So then this is my question word or my question words, how old. So I'm going to use this like my marker, how old. But after the marker, we use subject and verb. Can you tell me how old you are? Yes. Okay. So for example, if I say, when will they leave? Okay, what happens if I say, do you know? Then what is my linker that I'm going to use here? The question word. What is the question word or question words? Everything before the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is will. So then I say when, I use the subject, they, I use the verb, will. Leave. Do you know when they will leave? Okay, and I say, but when we ask double questions, what happens when we have questions? Should I leave early? Should I leave early? So is it okay? In this case, we don't have a question word. So when we don't have a question word, we use the linker if. Is it okay if I leave early? Yes, no problem with this. Okay, so
It's okay, no problem.
it is very common, however, that to hear teachers who say, she didn't tell me how do you do it. She didn't tell me how do you do it. So she didn't tell me how I can do it, or she didn't tell me how to do it. No? Okay. Do you know what time is it? Do you know what time is it? No. Do you know what time it is? Yes. Do you know what time it is, or what time is it? Yes. Okay. So number 3. So number 1 is asking questions. Number 2, asking double questions. Number 3, explaining questions. Explaining questions when we use reported speech. Okay. Reported speech is when you explain what other people say, right? So for example, what's your name? It is here that we have to report in past. Yes. She, what's your name? She asked me. Okay, what's your name? She asked me. So I have to say, she asked me what my name was. Okay. Okay, we use the linker again, the question word, we use the subject and the verb, we transform, but we change to past because the reference here is past. We have a past. Yes, it is like, for example, will you come to the party? Will you come to the, I am speaking with somebody on the telephone and I say, hey, she's asking me, no? She's asking me, will you come to the party? She's asking me. Then this is in present. You can use your reference here in present. So you don't have to change it. In other words, yes, she's asking me if I will leave, if I will go to the party. If I will go to the party. Why go? Because I am not at the party. I have to go. Yes, but she's at the party. She says, come. Will you come to the party? She's asking me if I will go to the party. Then, why didn't they reply? Why didn't they reply? The manager wanted to know. So this is in past. So the manager wanted to know why, and then the subject they, but this is in past, and I am explaining in past. What is the past of the past? Past perfect, no? They hadn't replied. Okay, this is number 3. Explaining questions. Number 4. Well, number 4. It's fronting places. Yes. Fronting places. Okay. There, do you remember there is, there are? Okay, there is, there are. So when we front places, front is past at the beginning, yes. I live in Mexico. Yes. I live in, well, she lives in Mexico. I'm going to put, she lives in Mexico. Yes. If I pass this at the beginning, I have to say in Mexico lives she. Because there is a girl. Yes. So in Mexico is the same as there. Yes, lives is a verb. It's the same as is. There is, and who is she? A girl. So in Mexico lives she. Or when we don't have auxiliary verbs in these kind of things, yes, we don't use auxiliary because in the original sentence we don't have an auxiliary. So no auxiliary verb. No auxiliary verb. So basically we do this in do, does, and did, no? For example, they went to Hawaii. They went to Hawaii. To Hawaii. Went they. Yes. If you don't want to do this, because this sounds weird to you, what you can do is insert a comma and avoid. Insert a comma and you will not have to use the inversion. In Mexico, she lives. Or to Hawaii, they went. This is when we have no auxiliaries. What happens when we have auxiliaries? He is playing at the park. He's playing at the park. What do we say? At the park. And then we have an auxiliary. So let's use the structure of a question. Auxiliary, subject, verb. Yes. At the park, is he playing? Yes. So it's not a question. It's just a structure of a question. What is the problem in English? In English, we use the structure of questions not only to ask questions, but also to express emphasis. So he's playing at the park. I am informing. But if I want to be more formal or I want to be focused on the park, I say at the park is he playing? Yes. Or I use at the park, comma, he is playing. And that's all. Yes. So there is an auxiliary. Okay, for example, we can't work at the office after 6 p.m. Then we're going to say after 6 p.m. No, the place at the office. At the office. Okay. Then we use the structure of a question. Yes, auxiliary subject place. At the office, can't we work after 6? And pay attention to this in after 6 p.m. In Spanish, it's a very common thing to start speaking with place. En mi casa vivimos 4 personas, ¿no? And we are doing a subject verb inversion. En mi casa vivimos 4 personas. What is the subject? 4 personas. So what do you have to say? 4 personas vivimos en mi casa. But we use subject verb inversion unconsciously in Spanish. Yes? Okay? So the only difference is that when we have auxiliary verbs, we have to use the structure of a question. In Spanish, we don't do that. Yes? Okay. Now, so for example, Mario doesn't play in our team. Yes, you have to say in our team. Structure of a question, doesn't Mario play? But you don't have to read like a question. You don't have to say in our team doesn't Mario play. So you just say in our team doesn't Mario play. Yes. If remember, it's optional to make the reduction if you use a comma in written form. At the park, yes, he is playing. Or at the office, we can't work after 6. And here, Mario doesn't play. No, in our team, Mario doesn't play. Okay. This is fronting places. Okay. Now, number 5, fronting emphatic, so and such. We have been using emphasis with so for a long time, but we don't notice. For example, if I say, I play soccer, and you tell me too. Me too. But you begin with so. What do you say? I play soccer, and you say, so?
So do I.
So do I. You don't say, so I do. Yes, or so me. Yes. Okay, so you say, so do I. I cannot speak English, and you say neither. I cannot speak Japanese, and you say neither.
Neither do I.
Or neither can I. Yes, because I say I can't. So you say neither can I. Yes, so we're using subject verb inversion. The thing is that we just do it, or we just use it unconsciously. Yes. Okay. So she is so beautiful. She is so beautiful. So emphasis. So, and we say so beautiful is she. Okay. He is such an idiot. So you can say such an idiot is he. Okay. So, but if you tell me why is only with is, no, you can say he looks as such an idiot. Yes. So you can begin the sentence with as such an idiot. As such an idiot does he look. Ay, teacher. Don't be so picky. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Medina. Yes. Okay. Yes. So with so and such at the beginning, you have to use subject verb inversion. Okay. The same happens when you fronting only plus an adverb. Yes. What is an adverb? Something that answers the question where, when, how, or why. Yes. Okay. We can do it only after work. Yes. Or we can leave early. We can leave early only after finishing the report. Yes, we can do it. We can leave early only after finishing the report. Then we say only after finishing the report. Yes. Can we leave early? Can we leave early? Yes. Okay. Only I will help you only if I get paid for it. Yes. So I say only if I get paid for it. Only if I will pay for it, will I help you? Will I help you? Yes. But remember that it's only with only after adverbs. Only he can come with us. Yes, here we don't use inversion. Why? Because he is not an adverb. It's a subject. Yes. So no inversion. No inversion here. Okay. Number 7. Fronting negative adverbs. Negative adverbs again. Yes, because nobody is a negative. No one is a negative, but they are not adverbs. They are nouns, pronouns. They are pronouns. Yes. So I say fronting negative adverbs. So she won't. She will be not only a good manager, but also a good leader. Okay, she will be not only a good manager but also a good leader. So if I begin the sentence with not only, I have to use the structure of a question. So I have to transform this like a question. I have to say not only will she be a good manager, but also let me change here because good manager, good leader, and excellent. Not only will she be a good manager, but also an excellent leader. Okay. He can't. No. Yes. He hasn't understood this matter. He hasn't understood this matter, and neither. So we can use it at in the middle of a sentence, and neither have I. Yes. So he hasn't understood this matter, and I haven't either. Yes. So you say, and I haven't either. But if I switch and I begin there, I use a negative to begin the subordinate clause. I say he hasn't understood this matter, and neither have I. Okay. They won't. They will cheat in a test. Never in the world. They will cheat in a test. Never in the world. So we say never in the world will they cheat in a test. Okay. This is 7. Number 8. So emphasizing comparisons of equality and superiority. No. Comparing. Yes. And superiority. Comparisons or comparatives. Emphasizing comparatives. Yes. Okay. So for example, she is more intelligent than. Remember that we said that she's more intelligent than me is wrong. We have to say she's more intelligent than I am. Yes? Then we can invert the comparative to make it more emphatic. And I say she is more intelligent than am I. They work harder than they do. No, than we do. They work harder than we do. Yes, and then you say they work harder than do we. Okay, so we can also use less. Yes, that book is less expensive than this one was. Okay, so we say this book or that book is less expensive than was this one. Okay, or we can also use as, no? As. So for example, he runs as fast as a cheetah. I think that is cheetah like this. Okay, so he runs as fast as a cheetah does. No? Okay, so we say he runs as fast as does a cheetah. Okay. And the last case is emphasizing conditionals. Emphasizing conditions, yes? Okay. First conditional, second conditional, and third conditional, yes? So first conditional. I'm just going to explain this last topic and we will finish for today. Yes, we will do the exercises next week. First conditional. What is first conditional? We use if, present, will, no?
Yes.
Okay. She will pass the tests. She will pass the test if she studies a lot. Okay. So the first thing to emphasize is front the conditional. If she studies a lot, yes, she will pass the tests. This is the first one. Now, what happens if I say if that sounds weak? You sound like a loser when you say if she, yes? Okay, so what do you have to do then? What you have to do is eliminate she, eliminate if, so that this sounds more emphatic, no? So how can I eliminate if, in this case, with should? Should she study a lot? Should she study a lot? She will pass the tests. So first conditional is just should. Okay. Second conditional. Second conditional, we have two options. She would buy a Ferrari if she were a millionaire. Okay. So we front the conditional. If she were a millionaire, she would buy a Ferrari. Okay, then we eliminate if. How? There are two options. We can use should. Option A, using should. Should she be a millionaire, she would buy a Ferrari. Or using were. But it's like suponiendo que were she supposed to be a millionaire, no? Were she supposed to be a millionaire? She would buy a Ferrari. In this case, it is very common to eliminate supposed. So you can say, were she to be a millionaire? Yes, she would buy a Ferrari. Okay, were she to be a millionaire, she would buy a Ferrari. Third conditional is simple. Just eliminate if and move had at the beginning. Yes, third conditional. Conditional. Yes. So Peter wouldn't have become a hero if he hadn't been bitten by a spider. Yes. So what do we do? Front the conditional. If he hadn't been bitten by a spider, Peter wouldn't have become a hero. Yes. So we only place had at the beginning. If we have a negative, we don't move the negative. We leave it where it is. Yes. Had he not been bitten by a spider, Peter wouldn't have become a hero. Okay. Had he not been bitten by a spider. Yes. Okay. Hadn't she left? No, but you can, in conversation, you can say hadn't he been bitten? Yes. But it's not correct speaking, grammatically speaking. Yeah. So you have to leave the negative where it is. So these are the 9 cases of subject-verb inversion. Okay. That we will be studying the next class. Questions? No? It's very easy, right?
Yeah, piece of cake.
Yes.
Very good. Now, next class, we are going to start dealing with this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys. See you then.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Bye.
okay, thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let me stop the recording.